Welcome to the Real Life Johnsons with Commissioner and Dr. T. This is actually a segment that will be added from time to time called Conversations with Dr. T. And for this segment, I have a very special guest, one of my favorite people in the entire world. It is the one, the only, the fabulous and fierce and amazing Tiara LaRae Johnson with me today. So we're going to have a conversation. She is a successful and serial entrepreneur, as well as um, just a boss in her own right. So I want her to introduce herself as I've known her all her life. Introduce herself and tell us a little bit about what sparked her interest in being an entrepreneur at such an early age and a little bit about the journey.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm Tiara LaRae Johnson, and I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I think the first taste I got was in fifth grade because my teacher was selling snacks and his prices was high, and I was coming home like, "Mom, I could do this too." I think I started sneaking snacks from the pantry, and then I was showing you the money. We went to Sam's, so I always wanted to be an entrepreneur because I always wanted my own money. I had a great childhood. I didn't not get things that I wanted or needed, but I just always just had a passion for having my own money.
Right.
And so that sparked today, which is TLJ Agency. And, I work for myself. I couldn't see myself not being an entrepreneur. I really just believe I
Right.
was just graced for this. And of course, the prayers of my mom, and she, pushed me here. So
Right.
here I am.
Right. I'm holding you up on that too.
Yeah.
What? So you have just come off an extremely successful Women's History Month. At the time of this recording, we're at mid-April 2025. And so you took your Women's History Month up a notch, right? You went from one city to two, and this year you did three cities. Tell us a little bit of about why you felt the need to add a third city and what that really looks like for you and what's next.
Well, I really want to add all the cities across the globe because I think that it's important to highlight women making history in real time. Since around 2015, as I worked with a lot of women entrepreneurs and on women's campaigns, I always understood the importance of collaboration and camaraderie and women feeling important. Fortunately for me, I've been around honoring celebrations and balls and galas since I was little by being in certain rooms with my parents, especially my dad being a politician. And so I've always been exposed to these things. I didn't realize until really working at Waffle House that getting these type of recognitions are normal for people. So I wanted to create a platform where the everyday businesswoman, the people that we don't normally see getting honored and recognized, but do very good work, create a platform for them, whether they have 1 million followers or 100 followers. I created what I didn't see, which is a platform to honor his people, women specifically making history in real time.
I love it. You said you created what you didn't see. What inspires you? Because you said since fifth grade, right? And you've been in business 13 years this year.
Mhm.
What inspires you, or what has inspired you to continue just building on? Because you started with, I think, a single day for entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, several years ago, to just grow that up, focus on women recognition in real time, and then add multiple cities. Looking to go all over the globe with this. What talk about your inspiration, a source of inspiration to help you on this entrepreneurial journey and to keep going and growing.
Okay, well, one, I believe I'm the first generation entrepreneur in my family, like to be full
Mhm.
force into entrepreneurship as far as making a
Right.
living. And so that's number one. Like it's a historical thing for my bloodline. That means
Right.
it started with me, and then from now that seed has been planted. So my children's children will walk into working for themselves and building their own legacy and wealth for that. So that's inspiring
Right.
for me. And then also witnessing my grandmother be in hospice
Hmm.
was very hard for me because the only thing I could think about was her not living her dreams. And I believe since then it really sparked it in me like, dang, like she really passed away, not really walking into her purpose. And for me, that's scary. And so I thrive on the fact that like I know that when it's my time that I really gave everything that God has for me. And I really don't understand how people can sit back and not really walk into their purpose when it's the gift that God gives us for the world. And I don't want to be a person like that. And I also want to inspire people to figure that out for themselves. I don't
Right.
really understood why that's a passion or a purpose of mine, but that really is. Like, I don't think that anyone should not live by not tapping into their purpose, no matter what their situation is. And so for me,
Yeah.
like, witnessing that, this is a question I have asked myself since that day of spending
Right.
that time with her there. Like, what was her real dreams or her real goals and aspirations? I'm sure, before she was diagnosed with cancer, she had dreams, and I didn't really know them, and that bothered me because I was
Sure.
like, when it gets to be my time, I want to know that I changed the world. And
Right.
so a part of my platform and what I'm doing is that I really want people to see themselves how God sees them, and I know that
Mm.
God sees me in a great way. And when I tap into my purpose, and I'm living a life fulfilled, but a lot of people don't live a
Yeah.
life fulfilled. And so for me, that's really what it is. Like, I don't want to get to that point where my health is bad or something is happening to me and I haven't did everything that God put on my heart to do.
Yeah, I love that. What dreams and visions did she have that were unfulfilled? And that's a good point, because you are the first person on both sides to really pursue the entrepreneurship path, grow it. It supports you, and pursue it in a way that you're scaling it to multi-million dollars in the near future. We know that entrepreneurship is hard, right? We know that entrepreneurship is hard. Most business fail in their first 5 years.
Mm.
Um, but you are year 13. What really, when the rubber meets the road, there's some hard days. I know there's some days where it was like, this rent ain't paid, my car note ain't paid, but I know this is what God has called me to do. What do those days look like, and how are you able to pick yourself up and keep going? Because that's a real thing. People think business is just so easy. People look
Yeah.
at you and like, oh my God, I could do that. And you see people attempt to duplicate it, but it's like, you can't duplicate what God has called someone else to do. And so talk
Mm-hmm.
a little bit about overcoming those hurdles when it gets really hard, like really hard.
Yeah, so prayer and faith definitely is my secret weapons in all things. So, like, it's not rocket science to be successful. I think
Mm-hmm.
what hinders people or slows people down is the stamina and the strength and the courage and boldness to keep going, because basically you betting on yourself. Like, I'm saying, like, God, I trust you enough that 100% of my income is going to come from me building a business. You know what I'm saying? But
Right,
then you look at other
right.
people who took leaps of faith: Tyler Perry, Oprah,
Mhm.
Jeff
Mhm.
Bezos, the CEO, founder of Spanx. Like, all
Right,
these people, billionaires, took a leap of
right.
faith on themselves and it worked out. So I know it can work. So just,
Yeah,
having those examples before you, like, even back to the Bible, from Noah building the ark. He didn't have a
right.
blueprint. God just told him yes. And so
That's right.
God told me yes. And so
Right,
that gives me the confidence to keep going in my business during those
right,
hard times. And I've
right,
grown, because at first, of course, I would soothe or have vices or
right,
fall into a depression or be sad or feel like I can't make it. But, having a praying mom and,
right.
a person that supports you to be like, hey, like, that's not your portion, or put a demand on your oil. So
Yeah,
my stamina and endurance in business has changed because, you
right,
know, things that have happened to me last month with people
right.
paying late or clients doing certain things. I was just like, you know what, God, I know what you said. I know that you have me here. I know
Right,
that you won't take me back. And even in the midnight hour, I still was like, God, I
right.
trust you. And it worked
That's
out.
right.
And so I
That's
think that
right.
I know that once you build a certain stamina in business and when you get to a certain level, your prayer and your faith changes because you know that you're supposed to be here, So, like,
Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
confident in what God has told me to build and what He has told me to do, and
Yes,
I know that He won't take me back. And that confidence
yes.
comes from not giving up and not quitting, because I have had a lot of peers that ran with me on this business and brand journey that gave
Mhm.
up when things got hard or went back to work or something
Right,
happening. But I'm like, it got to be something that has to work, because there's no way
right.
that God had somebody create a Walmart and their family is walking into billions, or there's no way that God would have told Tyler Perry, write another play, do another thing, and now he has studios and he gives back millions of dollars and he bought BET. So,
Right.
I mean, the path and the trajectory of success is the same. It's just
Right.
you have to have the stamina and the endurance and the faith. And that's what
Yes.
separates people. Like, I'm not different from anybody else with a dream or a goal. I just have a different type of stamina because I trust God. And I
Yeah.
think that a lot of times people don't give 100% trust in God because it's
Yep.
hard. Basically, is
Yes.
you can't see it, you
Yeah.
can't feel it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just that
Right.
you know that it's gonna come, and so it's hard. You can definitely give up in the waiting of that, but what I've learned is that I'm here. God has me here for a reason. And
Right.
so it does have a lot to do with my support system. I am blessed to have faith-filled, praying parents, and I'm blessed to have people on my team that's believing in me, so that supports me. But you just have to be mentally tough to know that you can get through this. But I think that comes with not giving up.
Yeah. And I think that's so key, not giving up and being mentally tough and stamina. That's built in the fire, right?
Mhm.
Because I will just say, in this starting on this journey of, taking the podcast seriously and building it and growing it, you can see why people quit, right? It is easy to get to, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and then things just seem to take a turn. And you're like, okay, forget this. I'm not doing this anymore. It's not going to work, right?
Mhm.
But you have endured, you have built a team. And so, talk about the strategies that you have used to grow your brand and your team.
Definitely having a good spirit of discernment. Of course, people that I started with, I'm not no longer with, but then God brought the people who basically have a heart for me, that can get
Yes.
along with me, that's not as scared to say what they have to say, and that can hold their own. Because I have to
Right.
work with, I have to work with bosses and CEOs and people that have tough skin. And now the people that's on my team at the ages that they're at, especially like Cherish and Tanya, those are two women on my team. They're actually at the points that I was that were pivotal for me in my business. Like, Cherish is in college.
Mhm.
She's 20. Like, I started my business at 21. I was still outside a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was figuring it out. And it's so it's like I'm pouring back into myself through her at that age.
Right.
And then
I love
Tanya, she's 27 and 28. That's really when I started making money in my business. And I was still working at Waffle House, but the salaries were matching up. And so she's
it.
still on her job and doing this. So it's like I'm
Right.
mentoring and talking to the younger versions of myself.
Yeah. I love that.
And
Yeah.
so it's really bigger than me, but I'm actually turning them into mini tiaras. It's like the strong will survive.
Yeah.
When it
Oh my
comes to building a team, you get those people that's like you, that understand, that have to fight like you, or even willing to get there. And
Yeah.
so even though it was prophesied to me back in 2017 that the people will
Right.
come, the manifestation of that didn't happen until 2023.
Right.
And a
See.
lot of times people will get these words or directions for God, and it's supposed to happen immediately, but it doesn't. I mean, God does do suddenly blessings, but not everything happens like that until you get to that place. And
Right.
so if I would have quit or gave up back in the times when I'm like, well, where's the team? But I
Right.
had to get to a certain level in my business and in my brand that I did it for myself, because God was like, okay, you did this much by yourself. I can
Right.
send you the help, because now I know I can trust you. You're not gonna quit.
That's right. Oh, I love that. That's so good. It's, oh my gosh, that's so good. Tell me about, because you have built a platform, right? You used to seek people out and now people are seeking you out. Tell me about how you built this platform. And talk to us about, because I see you're always bringing people up.
Hmm.
You are always bringing people up, and you're never selfish about your platform. So, talk to us a little bit about how you use this platform that you have to uplift others, because I see it.
Well, at first it used to bother me because I'm like, everybody take my ideas. Even how I post my videos, is people
Right.
with bigger platforms than me that forever take my ideas. Literally just
Hmm.
happened today, and it used to
Yeah.
bother me. But now I'm like, dang, you really are a trendsetter. Like
Right.
I'm proud. Put some respect on
Yes.
my name, but I'm
Right.
proud because
Absolutely.
people are taking note of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like, okay, cool, you are into a place. So now when I really, really, really start to put myself out there,
Right.
it has already been done before. But
Right.
because I'm so humble, a lot of people don't know. But now I'm starting to be like, nah, like, this is my brand. This is what,
Right.
this is me.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so there comes a time when you're so confident in who you are and God calls you to be,
Mhm.
that He will push you out, and it's not going to be forced. So now the people and the seeds that I've planted are coming back to me, because I planted those seeds and did those things with not an expectation of anything in return, just because that's who I am.
Right.
And so now I'm starting to
Yes.
see the benefits of those things. I think sometimes when people do things for us, we expect it to come right back, or for them to say thank you, or be grateful. But a lot of times you're not going to get that. And when I got
Mm.
comfortable with knowing that I'm not going to get a thank you, or comfortable with knowing that
Yes.
I'm still going to be me, and comfortable with knowing that anybody can take my idea and mine is still 10 times better because I got 20
Right.
times more. Like, once
Yes.
I got comfortable in that, that's when my blessings really began to take off, because it was like, at the end of the day, I'm still going to be this person. And a lot of
Yes.
times
Yeah.
people are forcing it.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be themselves. And every
Yeah.
time I meet somebody that's known me, even today, this lady was like, "Dang, you've been the same as you was 10 years ago.
That's
Like, you
right.
never. I've always been me, and I didn't
Yeah.
realize how many people struggle with
Always.
it." And
Yeah.
so I'm
Yes.
so confidently me and confident in
Yes.
who God
Yes.
has called me to be. It's
Yes.
easier for me to understand, the
Mm-hmm.
capacity into which He's taking me. So you just got to be confident in who you are.
Yes. I love that. And you have always been uniquely yourself, right? I think as parents, we gave you the space to be who you are, right?
Mhm.
Express yourself. I saw you go through every season of a girly girl, a
Mhm.
little tomboyish, a little baddie. You wanted to be militant every season, but you were always the same. You know what I mean? And so people like find themselves in 30s, 40s, 50s, but you found yourself very early on and you were secure in that thing. And so what advice would you give to your younger self that you're now being able to kind of mentor in through others on your team? What advice would you give your younger self or someone starting out um about pursuing their dreams? Because you are relentless in it. I'm not gonna kid you, as your mother, it's like, girl, okay. I mean, relentless in it, but I love it because I see the benefits of it, right? Because had you not been relentless in times past, you probably would have quit, right? But it was just like, I know this sounds crazy. I know these conditions seem ridiculous, but I see the results of the of you relenting, not relenting. And it has been amazing to watch,
Mhm.
as your mother covering in prayer,
Yeah.
covering. So what would you say
Um,
when somebody's like, oh my gosh, Tia, you're speaking to me, you're such an inspiration? What would you say to them if they're like, I just got so many dreams and ideas? What's that first step?
really, you just gotta do it, because I mean, you gonna be crazy. Like, you gotta be delusional, a little bit
Mhm.
insane, to think
Right,
that you can build something that's gonna change the
right.
world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm and what God has reassured me, and what I was telling my friend the other day, I was like, the reason why a lot of times we get stuck in that, oh, well, God, where are you? Or it's not
Mhm.
working out, or my finances, or different things like that, because God is saying move, or think bigger, or do bigger, but we can't see it. So we be like,
Mhm.
oh no, I'm good where I'm at. But God is like,
Right,
no, the reason why you're having a hard time is not because I can't bless you. It's
right,
not because I'm mad at you, but it's because you're thinking too small. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Come on.
you
Yep.
believe in me for things you see every day. Like, I want you to believe me in the
Right.
things that you can't see. I want you to believe me to think that you can have a conference with thousands of people. I want you to believe in me so much that you think you can go to 3 different cities and do what I called you to do. I think a lot of times people have a hard time in the bigger picture. And so you get
Yeah.
stuck in a small picture, and you're so uncomfortable, and your finances and things not
Yeah.
adding up. And that's literally what happened to me. Like, you thinking too small. As soon as I broadened my horizons and was like, okay, yeah, 3 cities, okay, 50 states, okay, I could get a trademark, okay, I could get a legal team, okay, I could have a coach, okay, I could make millions of dollars. Like, once you open up your capacity, your mind to that, then the sky is the limit. We put
That's
ourselves
right.
in a box because we can't see it. That's where
Right.
faith comes in, and people limit
Yes.
themselves because they limit their faith. But God
Yeah.
is not a God that has to have a limit on anything. And
Yes.
so
Yes.
if you have the dream, the goal, or aspiration, and you got the ideas, all you can do is just do it. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah.
and so that's my advice to me. If, at that age, was like, girl, you're not crazy. It's gonna work out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that's all I could say. Like you expand to different cities, like everything that's on
Yeah.
my dream map, being 100% employed. Like even in this economy, like God hasn't let my business meet miss over six figures, no matter what's going on, and I'm not even at my capacity.
Right. That's right. That's so good. I mean, you have so many great ideas. It is amazing just how in conversations, the bigness of it. It's like I mean, my faith is built up just watching and listening to you. I'm like, this little stuff I'm doing. I'm like, okay, girl, you can step. You can come on, girl. Let's get this thing together. T doing it. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. So I think I want to just salute you, a shout out because the relentless spirit that you have. It's like I'm not giving up or whatever, and it wasn't always there, but something took a hold at some point, and you were like, "It's no turning back, God. I'm out here with you. I'm out here with you, and I know you're not gonna never fail." And God has not failed you. He's not failed you. And I think sometimes people think, "Well, I'm not here or I'm not there." They compare themselves with somebody else because you have worked with some names that you haven't even ever mentioned, and people don't sometimes understand and realize the reach of the um the reach really of who God has given you to be in rooms with, to celebrate and things like that. But because you're humble and you kind of grew up, we're not starstruck people, right? We've been around the biggest and the best names anywhere. And so I think that has given you the ability to not be moved by people, right? And I think you said something that's so important and so critical now. You trusted God when you couldn't see it. I think a lot of us people, individuals get stuck because they can't see something. And faith is you can't see it, right? It's the substance of things I can't see, but your God's track record took hold with you as somewhere that catapulted you over into that other realm because you're in a different realm now. Like your faith is high, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'm not quitting. I'm placing the demand on God to do these things and to see it through. And so this this work that you're doing is so critical, it's so pivotal. People are looking to you for. But just want to shift gears just a little bit. What is something that people would be surprised to know about you?
I'm really a homebody. Like I love to be in the home with a nice meal and watching my shows with my phone off. Like I'm really an only child for real. Like seriously. Because people would be saying like, "Oh, you like to be outside? You like networking and all that stuff is grand, but give me a nice evening at my home. I'm gonna pick that every time in silence, no noise but the TV."
Well, aside from that, when you're not building empires and not doing all these big things, what do you do just for fun and to unwind?
Nothing. I love to do nothing.
Because you're always doing something, right?
Right. So like my goal is to get everything done so that at a certain time I can chill. Like me having a Saturday to do nothing is amazing for me, you know. And
Yeah,
besides that,
yeah,
I like to shop. You know, I really enjoy
yeah,
sneakers and bags and those type of things
yeah,
too. Like going
yeah,
to Foot Locker is soothing to me. And
yeah.
I think people starting to pick that up because they're like, oh, I like them shoes, you know. So that's about me. I'm definitely a shopper. And I
Yeah,
like to
got
cook.
that on.
You know, I like to cook and I like
You
to
got the
chill.
shopping honest, but that cooking that was skipped me. That
Yeah,
skipped me. Thank God for it because I'm a benefactor of the cooking. I didn't that ministry passed over me, but you got that gift. But the shopping, you got that honest because we get
right.
all day, every day. We got to plan something
Closets full of
soon coming up.
clothes,
So
needing more clothes.
I've been trying to get something, let something go. Get something, let something go.
It's
So I've been
hard.
doing a
It's
little bit
hard.
better. It's hard. It is hard, but shopping is holy and sanctified. So
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Um, I'm inspired and genuinely proud as your mother to watch your walk as a businesswoman, right? Um, as a leader, right? It is I have and I think I think Waffle House matured you in a way that nothing else it was like a crash course in business, right?
Mhm.
Because and I think people don't you didn't just jump from college to business, right? Because you look so young. You are
Mhm.
young. But Waffle House, those 7 years at Waffle House, talk a little bit about the Waffle House experience because
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
a
that was that was different for me. But one of my employees texted me the other day, like, I just got me a 2024 car and I couldn't even get her to drive. And so I think everybody that I met in those different places, because I kind of moved through Waffle House fast and not even
Mhm.
through my promotions, but just because, I'm like, hey, I really got a business in me.
Right.
Um, I met so many different people and I got good at it. So what I learned is that I'm
Mhm.
a master of systems. A lot of
Yeah.
people lack systems.
Yeah.
And so I'm building these systems for people and their brands that's not in
Yeah.
place. And I didn't realize the power and the magnitude of really like what I do every day. And I learned
Right.
that from Waffle House because no matter what Waffle House you go to, no matter how ratchet that you think it is, the systems are the same.
That's right.
And I think that that's what you not think. I gotta stop saying that. I know that that's what you need in business is a system.
Oh, for sure.
And
For
so
sure.
how we do things too at TLJ, I was just telling my team today, taking responsibility on my team call today and telling them like it starts with me. So I have to do a better job of things. And I learned that from Waffle House too, because I could walk in and my CEO of the company can step in and wash dishes. Like you never above any job
Mhm.
inside the business, and you don't want to get locked out of your business, which means nobody gonna be able to do nothing better in TLJ than me. I'm the
Correct.
best content shooter. I'm the best strategist. I'm the best everything. So what
Yes.
I can be able to tell people how to duplicate the systems that I built, and that's what I have mastered when it comes to personal brands. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna move to corporations. I'm gonna have all these contracts, but I believe the niche that we have is thought leaders, and that's the niche that we're taking, and nobody has really took that approach. So it's not a blueprint for what we're building, and so it could be a little hard at times. But if it wasn't
Mhm.
for Waffle House, um, even having cooks and people like on drugs or having to have baby showers or dealing with somebody who was homeless, like
Yeah.
everybody, the people in my building was older than me. My employees
Right.
were older than me. Like they lost hope in a lot of things, and I'm having to be Dr. Phil because that's really what the job was. I mean, the systems and all that stuff with the managers was cool, but really, I was Dr. Phil. That's all. Like, so I really mastered people, and that's what you need to be successful.
Yeah, that's good. That is very good because I think initially people kind of gave you a hard time because at the time you were super young when you started as a leader, and like you went into Waffle House as a leader, a manager, trainee, and people don't really
22.
understand. Yeah, 22. People don't understand that. Hey, I came right out of college into this, taking care, like you said, people that were adults that had lost hope, having issues with their children, substance abuse issues, domestic abuse issues, homeless people around your restaurant. You deal with a whole plethora of things all the time. Then food costs, then stealing, then all different types of
Staffing
things.
24 hours. This is, Waffle House
24
be closed
hours.
now, but we 24 hours
Yeah,
a day, rain, sleet, or snow. I done
right.
went after a bad weather and cooked in the dark in a city. Like, you can't make that stuff up. Literally, I'm watching the door fly open in a hurricane, and they like, well, you can't go home, and there's no keys to the door.
Right.
So
I mean, you've seen it all, but you know what? One thing about you, you have always been a forward thinker, an innovator. And I know you got that in part, maybe a little bit from me, but more from your father. And
mhm,
so you are so innovative and so forward thinking. Talk to me a little bit about your process because I know you get ideas all the time.
mhm. Yeah.
Then go ahead.
For sure. I love that for me. I used to be getting mad, like, oh, she took my idea, like you people mocking City Hall and doing all that. But I had to realize last week that for all the ideas I have in my mind, like what they doing is really like no comparison. Like I just seen something and I was like, really? But then I was like, what am I mad for? Because they don't got the vision that I see for this thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it's nowhere close.
Right.
I know that they're not even gonna think about it. So like now it don't even bother me. Now I'm so confident in it. Like this is probably the most confident I've ever been in my dreams and myself and my
Right.
business because I'm looking
Right.
around watching people do things and it's not nearly on the same level, but now God
Right.
is bringing the people that can take it to
That's
that
right.
level. And so
Right.
that's why I'm grateful that and a lot of people get stuck in that. Oh, they copying me. Oh, I can't do this no more because they doing. I'm like, come on, please bring it on because
Right.
Baby, I'm just about to take it to a whole nother, like, thank you for pushing me into what I really need to be doing. Like, I'm playing too small because you shouldn't be able to copy. If you can copy
That's
my
right.
idea, it's not big enough. You shouldn't
Oh,
be
I
able
love that.
you shouldn't be able to figure it out. And so I'm like,
Yes,
I just
ma'am.
gotta go higher.
I love that. I love that. This has been so good today. I'm just excited you made time for your mama. And so I am just godly proud, over the moon, excited and happy. And I know that it is just the beginning, like you are truly just getting started. And so, what closing just guidance or line or motivation do you have for that young female entrepreneur that's like, Tiara, I hear you. Everything that you're saying is resonating with me, is speaking to me. I believe God, but I see where you are and it just seems unattainable. What would you say to that person to just help them with a little push to get started?
Yes, I'm nowhere near where I'm about to go.
Come on.
So that's that. But too, like, you your biggest everything. Like,
Yes.
it was times when even my parents thought I was crazy. Like, girl, no, like, that don't make sense. Like, you have to be you the dream that you have and the vision that you have, people are not going to understand it at first. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, people gonna think that you crazy, or like, why you doing it that way? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But you gotta believe in yourself so much that when it's
Yes.
just you and God, literally,
Yes.
because your significant other or your parents or your kids or whatever is like, nah, that don't make sense. That you still
Right.
gonna do it. A lot of times people give
Right.
up because somebody said something. I'd be like, now I know I'm gonna get a little lecture from my parents, or people gonna be like, "That's crazy," but I believe in it so much. You
Right.
know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Like, the
That's
worst
right.
that can happen is that I mess up and I can try again. But you gotta believe in yourself so much that your bank account don't stop you. People saying that you crazy don't stop you. Like, you have to be able to do this. Like, I would do TLJ agency 1,000 times over. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, you
Yes.
have to be relentless
Yeah.
in what you believe in and what God has given you, that it don't matter, nothing gonna stop you. And so
Yeah.
once you take that mindset, the sky is the limit. I was flying
Yeah.
yesterday when I was on a plane the other day, and we was over the clouds, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
people look up at the sky, they see the clouds that they see, but we flew above that. So I'm like,
Right.
that's
That's right.
that's and to get to that level, like, we looking at the
Right.
clouds like, wow, that's out of reach. And God is like, you know what I'm
That's why.
saying? We put a
Another level. Third heaven, baby.
I'm like, I'm putting a cap on me.
Right.
I'm
That's
above
right.
the clouds. Like,
God, yeah.
right. I couldn't even sleep. I had to get up and look out the window like, wow, look at what they seeing and look at how God see
That's
me.
right. That's
So,
right. That's right. I love that. I love that. I'm just thankful and grateful that you made space for your mom today to just come on and have a conversation. I have been inspired. I am inspired. Your life and your business inspired me. And so I'm grateful that we're able to walk together. Um, on this journey, because I see so much more. I know you people say you just getting started, but you're truly just getting started. And so you inspire me, and I'm just grateful that you made space. I'm so proud of you. You are just getting started, and the best is here.
mm-hmm.
You are going to exceed everything in your heart, and I'm right here with you. So when you're ready to retire me, I'm gonna be ready right
It's
there
coming.
with you. So I know it's coming for sure. It's coming for sure. So thank you to the Real Life family for tuning in to Real Life Johnson's conversation with Dr. T and the amazing Tiara LaRae Johnson of the TLJ Agency. As we close, Tiara, please tell the family how they can reach out to you.
Yes, you can follow me at the TLJ Agency, www.tljAgency.com. Subscribe to our email list. If you need to get your brand together, hit us up. We have the innovation, the team, the systems to take you to wherever you want to go.
All right. Until next time, we'll see you again. Have a great week.